Exactly.
75 million bags?
Exactly.
So let's say 75 million
bags
of taco-flavored Doritos.
Okay.
Now, let's say they've exhausted half of that.
Yeah.
And let's say the other half is just sitting in their factory. The demand for the taco-flavored Doritos isn't as strong.
Do you know what that other half is called?
What's the other half?
The leftovers!
So now,
I have collected 5 tweets.
Mention Doritos, even a little.
All right. Hey, guys, welcome to the TV show where we talk about the show, The Leftovers. It's on HBO, home box office. And this is the second episode. We're going to get into some spoilers, so please be careful, Doritos.
So pause this. Pause this episode now. Go watch The Leftovers.
If you have HBO Go.
Leftovers. If you have HBO Go.
Come back, Doritos.
And then come back, Doritos.
Yeah. So, guys, what was last night's episode called, Doritos?
Last night's episode was called Killers, Doritos.
We reached out to you guys on Twitter, #TV Show, and at Johnny RBI says, I think we can all agree on the biggest question from the episode. Did the chief actually toast that bagel? What do you guys think?
Well, I thought it was kind of like, wait a minute, now we got bagels disappearing, what's next?
That's what I was like, the bagels disappeared just like the people.
Yeah, and it's like, is this another incident? But it's like, but it's all in the realm of trying to make you feel like like he's going insane.
Right. And that's the thing that my big takeaway from this episode was, in the pilot, he seems like he's having a nervous breakdown, and I was wondering, is he crazy? Yeah. And they kept that up through this episode. I'm like, I hope he's not crazy.
Me too, man.
I hope he's not
like
crazy.
That.
So the fact that the bagel was there, huge relief. Because we need our main character to have to be confident in his own knowledge of reality.
Well, yeah, and I mean, really, he has been thus far the main character, and I think we're probably going to delve into the other storylines more, and maybe it'll be like a 4-person overarching main character. But for now, he's all we've got to figure stuff out. So if he's nuts, then everything we're told is a lie.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, like, I hate to keep comparing it to Lost, but I guess there's no way around it, really.
There's a way around it.
But I mean, look,
for Steve, there's no way around.
We got Damon Lindelof involved. It's like mysteries galore, and the mysteries keep coming. Like, I just can't help but.
What are all the mysteries?
See, I don't know that the mysteries are still coming as
like
of the second episode. I feel like they're like just kind of take all the questions that were posed in the first episode. They kind of extended.
Well, because now we're thinking like, well,
put a nice little bow on it.
Here's the other mysteries I'm thinking about. First of all, it's the big mystery. Like, what happened?
Where did everybody go?
What was it? Now, the other thing is what are these cults? What are they up to?
What
is their
Holy
agenda?
Wayne thing
and
the
guilty
remnants?
Well, here's the thing, right? At the beginning of the episode, we see agents of some federal agency basically researching Wayne, and then they go into his compound and start shooting everybody.
Those guys are mean.
Yeah, well,
I couldn't believe how mean they were to the little girls.
They were really screwed up, and they were really overusing force.
Yeah,
it was
they were
excessive force.
people.
But what they said about him from their research, to me, rings more true than him actually knowing what's going on, which is basically, he's a dude who lost his kid and thinks he's the Messiah and has sex with underage Asian girls as a way to recharge his batteries while he passes out special hugs. Like, that's the thing. To me, Wayne is full of shit.
Yeah.
He's full of shit, and Tommy has realized this and realized, I'm in too deep, and now I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself.
So
I can't call home. I can't go home. My car is stopped. All these people are died. I have killed.
Yeah.
My life may very well be over. I think that Wayne is bullshit. The guilty remnant. You know, we don't know what their larger agenda is.
We don't know what the guilty remnant
is.
You
think for sure Tom thinks Wayne's bullshit.
I think so too, yeah. I got that feeling.
I think it's the same reason why he won't let him hug him. A, because it's creepy, or B...
And by the way, that guy's creepy already.
That guy's creepy.
Right.
He's like kissing a corpse.
Right, exactly.
Oh, so
and then he
weird.
says he wouldn't let me do that while he was alive.
What does that mean?
When he unbuttons his shirt and he's like, I'm gonna suck the poison out of you, I was like, BJ, anyone? Like,
Total
is that where this is going?
Yeah,
but I think that Tom wouldn't let him hug him because I think he thinks that he's bullshit and he doesn't want to be proven wrong. He's seen things that he can't quite reckon with.
Yeah.
The fact that there is a Messiah would really screw his shit up.
Well, I think he's looking for something to believe in.
I agree.
And maybe he initially thought Wayne was it. And I don't know that he 100% thinks Wayne is bullshit. I feel like he's walking the line.
On the fence.
No, I think. Well, okay,
but
that's potential. But you kind of get the reason why I feel like I'm kind of on the same page with Matt here is because I feel like he won't let him hug him. And then he gets in the car and he's like pissed off because and the way he looks at them that they're kissing and he seems like he's
so
what the
weird.
fuck is going on
He's
here?
so
miserable.
He's miserable.
He's miserable
I think
because
he
he's in
likes the
love.
girl,
He's in
too.
love with the girl, which like now that we know that she's underage, a little creepy. I mean, granted,
He's in love with all those
he's
underage
in-
girls
he's in-
that just stay in his
Well,
house.
that's the
but,
one he
like-
brought gummy worms to, and he's kind of
Yeah.
like in love with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was supposed to
Well,
be important,
she's
but
the
maybe
important
he's
one.
just
What does that
Wayne's
mean?
favorite to just bang.
Yeah, but she also
Is that what that means?
I think that's what.
I don't
But
know.
she also believes that it's true too. She
Well,
believes
she's
in
a true
it.
believer.
I think there's
Yeah.
more to her
gross.
being the important one than just that she's his favorite to bang. I think
All
there's
right.
more to it.
I'm
than
sure
that.
he believes that.
All right, I want
so
to
does
move
she.
away from these guys. The other mystery is the
guilty remnants.
What are they up to? Why are they not talking? Why
Hey,
do they smoke?
I've got-
Why are they forcing people to join their cult? It's not a cult, quote unquote.
It's not
Right.
a cult.
And why
I think
are
all
they?
cults say they're not a cult.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they flat out the remnant themselves don't say it, but it is explicitly stated in this episode that their message
recruiting.
is they are trying to remind people of what happened and that basically that
Well,
existence is futile.
I thought it was interesting that that's what that chief said. They're trying to remind people of what happened. But then on the Remembrance Day that they had in the pilot episode, they were trying to stop Remembrance.
Yeah, you're
no,
wasting
it
your
wasn't.
breath.
Well, no, it's not trying to stop Heroes Day or stop people from remembering. It's basically saying like,
Stop dwelling in it or something.
no, there's no reason to celebrate the people who are gone. We're all going to die. Stop wasting your breath. Let's get cancer and die already. Because
That's
the world's
You think that's
over.
what they're doing?
I
But
think
then-
that's
but
their
if
whole
they're-
thing.
if they're-
Why do they want
message
more people
is-
on their side then?
Because they want everyone to just
be on
stop
board with
trying
that.
to move on.
But if then
That's so
their
weird.
message is just get over it, we're all gonna die, that's the opposite message of we want you to remember them, which is what the chief said. So I think that the chief probably doesn't know what's actually going on there. I think there's more for us to learn.
That's another mystery for me, and another mystery
Oh,
is
hold on, before we have that, I have a very serious tweet about the guilty remnants.
Yeah.
William Freeman at Lord Autumnbottom says, is this supposed to be Liv Tyler also without makeup? Because Yaza Wooza Mooza penis. What do you guys think about that?
Say it again slowly. We're just trying to dissect it.
Okay.
This is like a mystery on the show.
Is this supposed to be Liv Tyler also without makeup? Question mark. Cause Yaza Wooza Mooza penis.
I think the symbolism in this tweet is very, very relevant because Yaza Wooza Mooza, when translated from ancient Gaelic, means hard, strong like bull, champion.
I mean, I've gone over it several times. My initial theory was that he was trying to say that Liv Tyler is beautiful and gives him a boner. William Freeman at Lord Autumnbottom says,
Autumn bottom. Okay.
that
is
must have
this
some significance because it's not autumn now.
No,
No.
now it is clearly wintertime.
is this supposed to be Liv Tyler also without makeup? Stop it. What is going on? Stop it. Steven has the
because-
most contagious laughter ever.
because-
Cause.
Because
No, cause. not
Yaza?
because.
Oh,
Yaza.
Just cause. Cause
Yaza,
Yaza, Wooza, Mooza, penis.
I can't make heads or tails
I
of it.
can't either.
So what's up with the deer?
The deer's fucking dead.
We
It's
still don't
been
know what
dead.
the deer is all
Is
about.
Liv Tyler the
what
deer?
tore up the dude's kitchen?
That we still don't know.
That we still don't know.
We still don't know.
What's up with the dad and the mayor?
What's up with the chopping the tree?
Yeah, with the kiss.
They were like kissing. That was a kiss.
That was
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Mayor's dating.
That wasn't a hey, good
Mayor-
to see you.
No.
No,
wants
that
to
was
bang
a. Yeah.
Kevin's
I think she
dad.
does.
And maybe
I
they have a
think-
pass.
I think they do have a
I think that's why Mayor's all like, You need to listen to me, Chief. I'm in charge because she's his
I'm your stepmom.
How about this? Here's some more mysteries for you guys.
Okay.
What about the woman with the gun in her purse who lost all of her family members?
Norma.
I love this introduction to the story.
Yeah.
Norma, who works for the government, and basically the government is paying out relief to support families who have had family members poofed in the event.
But they need to make sure that those family members have poof.
Right, they have paperwork to go through, and they're very,
But it's also
very governmental.
Right, so she has to ask all of these questions, 150 questions to all of the families who have had people go missing. But what I find most interesting about this is the questions that she's asking, because I have to imagine that these responses also factor into the scientific studies
that's what I was thinking.
what happened to the people.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it because I want to see the science side of it. Do they like lasagna? Do they eat, they're going to boil
It's like
it down.
random little things, like have they ever been to Argentina?
Yes.
Like,
How many sexual partners have they had?
Exactly.
It's very, I love it.
I
because
want to
you're right.
know, I want them to HBO to release the full list of 150 questions.
That'd be great.
Answers.
But not only that, what if HBO released in an ARG the actual recorded numbers of the census?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That'd be amazing.
That way we could kind of like
The results, we can figure it out.
Maybe we can narrow it down.
HBO, get on this.
Yeah, jump on an ARG, because then there'd be like a group of people that could actually narrow it down to like maybe a common denominator in all the people that disappeared.
That would be so
And
dope!
Then within the ARG, you could be a guilty remnant, or you could join Holy Wayne.
Come on,
or
HBO, what are you doing? By the way, why don't we go to Comic-Con dressed up like the guilty remnants people? We'll be all in white.
God!
And we'll just smoke e-cigarettes.
Yeah, we'll just stand there staring at people and we'll have signs that say like,
Stop
And
wasting
people will be
your
like,
breath.
Steve Zaragoza from SourceFed?
and I'll
then
write
you
down,
write-
fuck you.
Can I take a quick selfie?
No.
Farad A. Figueroa at Farad Figueroa says, #TV show, is there perhaps a connection between Kevin's experiences and his dad's hallucinations? What do we think? Is insanity a genetically passed down?
Well, I mean, it is, technically. Dementia is 100% a genetic trait, but
Is that what's going on here?
well, his dad seems to be talking,
His dad
hearing
seems
voices.
pretty-
He's pretty together.
Yeah.
With the exception of
he had that
talking to
moment.
people who don't seem to be there, but he also seems to be kind of prescient because whoever's talking to him knows about our nameless bald dude who is so creepy.
Yeah, he is really creepy. With his chew in his mouth. And
Although, a
Then I'd
huge
rather
moment
not
for me.
say what my name is.
A huge moment for me in this episode was that the daughter and the friend saw him and acknowledged him.
100%.
yeah, we needed that.
We
Yes.
needed
We
that.
did need that.
Because we didn't know if he was like if he didn't exist or whatever, but apparently he exists enough that other people can see him, but apparently he was also sent by the poofed, potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
We don't know, but I love it. But it is another mystery.
And he wants to shoot more dogs.
He sure does. They
And he
like
does.
made a date to go shoot dogs. And I didn't
He's
like
the same character as the dude with the shaved head from Lost that turned into the fucking ghost monster.
Like, you see what I'm saying, guys? You can't help but
Holy
reference Locke.
shit, he is kind of Locke-like.
You can't help but reference
But
Locke.
he's way creepier than Locke.
I didn't get far enough in Lost to know that Locke turns into some monster ghost dude.
Well, I mean, it's not really
Spoiler
Locke.
alert.
Spoiler alert.
It's actually not really Locke. It's like Locke dies, and the Man in Black uses Locke's body.
Yeah, he kills him and then he becomes him.
He uses his body,
He kind of blends in with everybody.
I don't know.
He's
who
a
the Man in
huge
Black
dick.
is.
That
The Man in Black is essentially represents evil.
Yeah,
I
the
got
Man
to
in
the
Black
little
is the
kids.
smoke
I got to the
monster.
kids disappearing.
He's the smoke monster.
Yeah,
The
that never mattered.
Oh, it never mattered.
Yeah, it never
What?
mattered. It never mattered.
No,
Okay, well.
it never mattered. I love how at the end of the episode they didn't leave us with like, is he crazy or what? No, they actually.
They're like,
It
no,
never
he
mattered.
is sane.
It never mattered.
Trisha, it
never mattered.
Can we promise each other at the end of this series we all look at each other and
just
go,
go,
It
never
It
mattered.
never mattered.
It never mattered. So let us know in the comments below if you think it matters.
What are your theories? I want to know your theories in the comments down below. Now, I know the show is based off of books, a book. But I've heard they're going very much different from
Yeah,
where
there's a
they're
lot of changes. Like, for example, Kevin was the mayor in the book, and now he's the chief
no
of police on the
weird
show.
mayor stepmom.
So even if you've
Exactly.
read the book, or if you went to go spoil the show for yourself to read what happens in the book, it doesn't matter because they're gonna deviate from
great.
It doesn't
Good job,
matter.
HBO again.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So, by popular demand, we would love to hear William Haynes's take on this episode of The Leftovers. Will, what did you think about this episode?
Man. Now, The Leftovers is probably one of my favorite shows of the season.
It's great.
Because
It's good.
and this episode in particular was slower than the rest of the
It
episodes.
was.
The other
It
episodes,
was.
it was
Really was.
much slower, and you'd think it wouldn't be as advanced as the rest of the series, but what they're really doing in this episode is stirring up the next rapture. What I believe is going to happen in episodes 3 to 7 is going to be the biggest rapture of all time, where they take 50%
More
of the world.
people.
50% of the world is going to go.
That could happen.
25% are going to come back, but they'll be aged for a whole 10 years. They'll spend 10 years in purgatory,
Wow.
which is just like the actual Earth, but they
cool
won't have
theory.
any memory of it.
But what'd you think about this episode with like kind of the
Yeah,
insanity?
what'd you think of the bagel?
Yeah, what'd you think about
Well,
the bagel situation?
I thought the bagel represented life. You know, they took the first piece of the bagel and they said, I'm going to spread some cream cheese on it. And that represented what we learned throughout our lives. And once that was eaten, it meant that was it.
Oh.
Once you eat that piece of the bagel, that means you have accomplished that and
So
it's
deep.
done.
But what about the parts that were burned?
Yeah, what about the burnt?
The burnt part means the parts that are evil. There are some people, you'll notice that only 1/3 of the bagel is burnt because 1/3 of people in the world are evil and they're filled with hatred.
Great.
And that is why that part of the bagel was burned.
Thank you, Will. And thank you guys so much for
Will.
joining us on the TV show about The Leftovers. If you guys want to watch more, please share with your friends and realize this show is going to die and go away and you won't know why. And I just explained
Just like the rapture.
just like the rapture. This show about The Leftovers will disappear. Just like
it
the characters
never
in the
mattered.
show.
Hey,
It
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Steve Zaragoza.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
Matt Lieberman.
Do they like lasagna? 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 Do they like lasagna?